may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Hey everyone, I'm Foon.
And I'm B.
And you have tuned into RealiTEA-V, where we are bringing reality to RealiTEA-V.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello. I just gonna put out there, I did not have a great week. I haven't had a great past 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm just gonna ask B, how was her week?
Well, I feel really shitty for saying it's been pretty amazing
but you're like
now.
My sister,
but...
so I don't really care if you had an awesome time. I'm not gonna get jealous.
Yeah, it was really good. Going back home was refreshing. Didn't get to see everyone I was supposed to, but yes, I'll work on that next time with the time management.
Oh, you know what I am jealous on? The fact that you went to Universal Studios.
Oh, yes. Me and one of my favorite people, Jasmine, we wanted to hang out, but I was like, I want to kind of do something different besides just the usual brunch or something like that. So I was like, oh, let's go to Universal, and our dear friend Starlet, with her wonderful discount, right, was able to make that happen. So that was fun.
Oh, see, it's always special when somebody can help.
Yeah. She was like, my discount ain't that good. It's only $70. I'm like, I'll take it. Compared to the $95.
That's better than $0 discount.
Exactly. So, yeah. And then, of course, seeing Black Panther was really, really great. Ooh, yes. However, the highlight was seeing so many people that I hadn't seen in some years.
I saw a group. It was like 5101 all over again.
Yeah. And
well, the better people, I guess.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Just like, hey. Just, yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah, I did. I, too, did see Black Panther on Monday. And, of course, I had to be extra. And I went to IPIC in Westwood by UCLA, for you guys that don't know where Westwood is in California, because we wound up both being in California the same weekend. Didn't plan it, just kind of happened that way. And, of course, I said, I haven't been to IPIC in so long. Let me go over here. It's in Westwood, because I did not want to see it in the full theater. I mean, I'll see it again in the full theater just so I can have, the whole experience of being with everybody else. Yeah. And with everybody else, I mean black people. But the first go around, I really just want to pay attention. Yeah. I will love the claps and laughter after I kind of know what's going on. Yeah. But the first go around, it was like a pretty intense storyline compared to other Marvel movies. But yeah. But, had a blanket and a pillow. And,
well, that's nice.
Waiter coming. What do you need, ma'am? I need waffle fries. Right. But, yeah, I really, really, really did enjoy it. And more than the movie, I just like all the nice chocolate men in that movie. It was very nice to see all of them. Yeah. But it was a pretty good movie. But I'm glad you enjoyed your weekend. I know it's hard. It's always hard to try to, see people when you're only there for, a day and a half at most before you have to drive back out here. So. Yeah, it was like, okay, errands, fun stuff. I felt bad because I wasn't even able to go see my mom, and she had been sick. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I have to come back out there next month, so I'll definitely stop by there. So, yeah. Yeah, I had a friend like, oh, you're in town? Why didn't you tell me? I said, I kind of had stuff planned. Yeah. I'm not here long. I got there Friday night, only had Saturday and Sunday, and I already had, plans and, kind of like a friend situation I really have to go handle. Yeah. And it's just a matter of, okay, there's only so much time you have to see people. And unless people come to you, then it's kind of hard to see everybody. So yeah, I told my friends, I was like, okay, well, next time I'm out there, I'll plan a brunch or a dinner that we can all go to, and I can just see you all at once. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. A lot easier. But I had plenty of bottomless mimosas.
Yeah, well, that's always fun.
My friend Danny, it was much needed. We finally found the place.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, true story. I'm with my friend Danielle. Hi. And I'm like, oh, let's go to this mall. There was this place that me and B went to. It was really good. I'm like, oh, it's at South Coast Plaza. It was not at South Coast Plaza. And we walked all over the place.
Oh, wow.
And finally, we're about to cross the street to go to one other section. I'm like, wait, we're in Costa Mesa? She said, yes. I said, no, but the place is... Girl, we walked for like a good 30, 45 minutes trying to find this outside food area.
Yeah.
When we were at the wrong mall the whole time.
Oh,
Turns out it was at Irvine Spectrum, not South Coast. So, I guess because it's such a bigger name, then... Yeah. But then, I guess we just burned off galleries walking all that because we had 2 hours for bottomless mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were pretty...
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always fun.
And then we went to the Rockefeller in Manhattan Beach for their bottomless mimosa and had guava, peach, you know, the one we've been to. But
yeah,
that's pretty much my weekend. It was good spending time with her. I obviously had some other drama that happened that wasn't really what I wanted, but anywho. But you know, the only other drama that's worth talking about is on TV. Mm-hmm. Not in my own personal life. So, one of the things I remember from was Married to Medicine.
Yes.
Heavenly. I know she always have a good intentions.
No, she doesn't.
No?
No.
She doesn't try to have good intentions?
I'm not going to say she never does, but no.
I think she tries, but she lets the pettiness overtake her.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Right. It's like, you know what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I understand she feels like she has the perfect marriage.
And those be the ones that usually have the most fucked up ones, by the way. If you have to always scream and announce that this is so perfect, it's because deep down some ain't right. Because if your shit's really good and happy, you don't have to brag about it because it speaks for itself. So,
but her additional downfall is the fact that it's one thing to say her marriage is perfect, but she has to tell everybody that their marriage is wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kind of irritates me because if you know it's not going to be perfect, why are you singling out everybody else's issues, just like she did at the trip in Barbados?
Yeah.
And people, you know, let her have it.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been taking a psychology class for like a month, but that is why they say trying to do the couples retreat and things like that, if it's going to be mediated, it needs to be by a professional that no one knows on a personal level. Because you have someone here that's your friend that's mediating it, but they're putting their bias and their opinions in based on what they see and what they already know about you. Hence why she was asking questions like, why do you let Toya disrespect you? He's like, that's what you see. That's not what goes on in my marriage. And that's not even a way a professional therapist would have came in. And then it just doesn't help that you have people... Like, I get the purpose of their couples, you know, trip or retreat, you know, to try to talk about your issues, you know, as married couples and work it out. But it's like, you can't do that with everybody because even if you think back to the Lisa, Nicole, and Darren situation, no one had ever talked about or even heard of anything about Darren's cheating and problems in their marriage until they were on one of their retreats and Darren disclosed to them like, yeah, before we got married, there was, you know, some cheating and things like that happened. And it was from that moment that it was like, you kind of opened Pandora's box. And then every time somebody got mad at Lisa, the first thing they went and did was threw her marriage problems in their face, which was things that she disclosed in their couples retreat thing. So personally, I think if I am going to go on a couples retreat or any type of, it could be a couples trip, but we're not diving into couples problems or issues with any of my friends. I will do that with a professional group or, you know, just me and my husband. Me and all my friends, we're not taking all of our spouses somewhere so we could, no. I don't need you knowing everything in my marriage, and I don't need to know everything in your marriage.
Very true.
Just, yeah. Okay. So, hopefully next season they learn, be like, you know, we're just going to bring a professional in, at least. Because everybody has their own issues, so it's like, no one can really, truly help each other.
I know one of Simone's trips, she did have a professional come in.
Yeah.
And I felt like that it was a little bit smoother, because just as you were saying, when you have a friend or someone you think is a friend or just somebody that you know, an acquaintance, and they put like the question she was at, they're very biased. Very biased, and ultimately you're just trying to get your opinion out, but try to use the excuse of couples therapy to say what you have to say.
That's exactly what she did.
So, and for her to get an attitude because everybody else had an attitude is like, okay, you didn't think that this was going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, they already told you 1,000,001 times that the way you come at people is really disrespectful.
Yeah.
And even how she took over the couple trip to begin with from Simone was disrespectful. Yeah. Like, you know what? You always done the trips in the past, but you're having problems in your marriage, so you're not doing it this year. Right. Like, every married couple in general has some issues in their relationship and or marriage. Yeah. So for her to sit there and think that she's more qualified just because she calls herself a relationship expert.
Right. And if you're a relationship expert, then you would know ethically to even give your friends, someone that you know on a personal level, marriage advice is actually not ethical. So
because then the bias comes into play.
Yeah, like you would have to immediately be like, well, as a friend, you can confide in me and I can, talk to you. But the minute I want to I'm a relationship expert, then it's like, well, I can refer you to someone. Mm-hmm. And she never does that. No. All right, I've been paying attention.
Yeah. But she got her ass handed to you, especially from Toya.
Of course. The one time I'm on her side.
Right? one of the very few times I'm on her side. But, yeah, I felt like really her husband too, because he was the one that really spoke up. Like, that's your opinion. I don't feel like Toya disrespects me. Right. But she talks to you out in public. She's like, no, she doesn't. That's because you feel that way, but I don't feel that way. Right. And then he talked to Toya like, if you felt like I felt you were disrespecting me, wouldn't I have said it to you already? She said, definitely. Yeah. So she might act a certain way towards everyone else, but ultimately the only opinion that really matters is her husband. Right. Sorry to say. So just like Heavenly, you try to act all crazy, whatever, ultimately your husband is the one that's kind of like, you know what, well, I know she acts a certain type of way, but with me as her husband, it is what it is. Yeah. So I don't know. I just get tired of her talking about everybody else's marriage in a sense of everyone's full of shit. Yeah. And it's just really distasteful. Yeah. Really distasteful. And I personally wouldn't want to go to any of her events about relationship and marriage and things of that nature. Because it's just like you're not coming from a good and sincere place of wanting to people to have a better marriage. You're just wanting to have, like, people listen to you just because. Right. And that's not how any of this works. That's, like, the biggest thing from that episode. What else? We've been rolled for a very long time without writing shit down.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Love and Hip Hop Miami. Mm-hmm. I'm only bringing this up because Veronica Vega has lost her ever-loving mind. Uh-huh. Trina had to talk to her because, not even talk to her. Trina
Yeah.
has always been, I'm going to bring something up, but I'm not going to get in an argument with you.
Yeah.
If you feel a certain type of way after I bring something up, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's what you want to do. That's your prerogative.
Right.
You like it, I love it. You know, I'm going to stay out of it. So she brought up the fact that Veronica Vega says nigga.
Yeah.
The time.
Yeah, I actually just heard her song this weekend, like 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
My friend played them for me. She's trash, by the way. From now on, if someone comes on these reality shows and I don't know who they are, I'm just going to look up whatever it is they say they do. She's a trash artist, but one of her songs, it was like every other sentence, nigga, 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 nigga,
Yeah.
nigga. It was like, first off, you look like a white woman in this video. And second of all, just it.
She's a white Latina, period.
Yeah.
That's her description. So,
Yeah.
Of course, Trina brought it up. Like, you know, these are kind of an issue. Like, why do you feel like you can say that?
Right.
Her justification of it was the dumbest justification that I've ever heard. Because you grew up in Hialeah and you grew up in the ghetto. You know, white, black, we all live there. They all see us as niggas because we poor. First of all, bitch.
You don't have the same struggle that I do.
This is a term that was never geared towards you and your kind to begin with. So you cannot take this word and try to redefine it.
For everybody.
For you to justify on why you're going to be using it. Oh, and she said, oh, you see all those people in Puerto Rico with no light power? They niggas too.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Right.
Niggas does not, the definition of niggas is not broke or poor.
No, not at all.
And for you to be like, oh, that's okay. Well, we use it. Okay. I'm telling you, y'all people that want to use these words, okay, you know what? You can do whatever the fuck you want to. But when your ass gets beat.
Right.
Because you want to be okay with it, and the next person said, I am not okay with you, isn't it? Even there are some blacks who don't like to be called that by other blacks.
Yeah.
Let alone your pasty white ass.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Because you can be the blackest person with the richest money and still get called a nigga. So it has nothing to do with your socioeconomic status. It's dumb, it's ignorant, it's bullshit. They didn't went into her as much as they needed to. So I don't really need to go into that. Yeah. But she's lost her mind. And then it's kind of fucked up too in the sense that she's trying to justify using the word nigga, but then try to talk so much shit about Amada and how she felt as being an just a person of color.
Yeah.
Not even specifically that she's Afro-Latina, but her skin color. Before you even know that she's Latina, it's a problem with the way she looks based on skin color and the way that she carries her hair. And you over here calling her an ungrateful bitch because she did not want to have an ambush of young Hollywood giving her a bullshit apology just so he can fuck you. But then the next minute you want to justify using the word nigga. Really?
Yeah. That.
Just some ignorant shit.
Yeah.
Some real ignorant shit. And I was just like, yeah, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I hope your career goes nowhere.
It won't.
Just like 95% of everybody else on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And I hope that they can recast you.
They will.
Because I was just okay. Trina's like, okay, well, I mean, that's you. You want to do that? That's fine. Like,
yeah.
You know, but she doesn't need any warning. She already knows from the beginning that's. I mean, that's like a white person saying, "Well, I grew up in the trailer park. I'm a nigga." The fuck?
That's not at all.
This dumb. your white ass, get the fuck out of here. Bleach, blonde, white, pasty white. Your ass need a tan.
Yeah.
You pay to look closer to what a model looks like. You need a tan. You need lip injections. You need an ass. You need hips. And, okay, all right, I'm done. I'm tired of talking about it. I already knew something was wrong with her, but now it's just like, nigga. All right. I hope a nigga beat your ass.
Yeah, she's... I don't know.
I'm over that. Anyway, I guess that's my rant for today. Maybe I'll have another one. I don't know. But that's the only thing I really wanted to discuss from Love and Hip Hop because, every episode is more and more like the other ones.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not watching New York, I do miss laughing from Safari.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a few clips. I'm like, okay, he's still up to his antics.
Yes. With Juju now.
Yeah.
But I think they're cute together. Just, picture by picture, side by side.
Right.
Her little nice chocolate Cuban self.
Yeah.
And his crazy Jamaican self. Oh, that'd be funny. I think they're good people, though.
Yeah.
I've kind of really paid attention to what you have been saying about Beverly Hills. And ever since you've had, your opinion about how it's just everyone needs to be recasted.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it now, it's the things that you guys argue about.
And it's worse because it's this show has been on now for about a good 5-6 years. So it's every other season or sometimes every season.
8 now.
Yeah, it's y'all are still sitting here arguing about, well, are you my true friend? Are you not my it's just, I don't.
I feel especially ones who started off, quote unquote, poor.
Yeah. I
feel they forget how the real world actually works.
Yeah.
And Erica, I loved her and always have loved her.
Yeah.
Rinna will probably be the next one as far as her being down to earth.
Yeah.
In a sense. Because she was I don't care about cups and glasses. If you give me a red Solo cup, I'm going to drink out of that.
Right.
And after her, I want to say the most, Camille's okay with me. I've never really, can't remember her arguing about super petty shit.
Girl, do you remember first season?
I say I don't remember. I don't remember.
It was a bunch, but no, yeah, she's definitely done a 180 since then.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least that was season 1.
Yeah,
this is season 8, and it hasn't been 8 seasons of bullshit.
Yeah,
I feel what she went through with Kelsey
humbled her a lot.
Yeah. I think it really just humbled her and kind of made her think money isn't everything. The status of who you're with isn't everything.
Money isn't everything. I mean, I'm taking half of it, but it isn't everything.
You know what?
My check's in the mail, but it isn't everything.
And you can't get mad because he don't do prenups at all. And this is his, 3rd or 4th marriage?
3rd.
The one. And he has never signed a prenup with any of his wives at all. So he already knows what he's getting into when he does it. But I feel he's one of those real old school, nah, you my wife, you my wife.
Right, even if it is just for a few years.
I was just about to say, even if I do leave you for another one. But, I mean, that's why you can't even be mad. She got half.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why you didn't hear much about her, really talking about it or anything. She happily moved on. Brandy Glanville, when she was on there, her storyline was them forever. You want to know why? Because she left that marriage broken hurt. Yeah. Camille, she left hurt, but she left paid. Right.
Remember that meme? I'd rather cry in a mansion than cry in a shack.
Right.
that money don't buy you happiness. It make going through things a little bit easier.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah, it makes that landing a lot more cushiony.
Yeah, it's more cushion to the fall. Like, I don't know. But at least, I think she has done a 180. It's been so long since they are on season 8 that I forget exact. I mean, no one forgets the dinner at the house with the psychic and the
Faye Resnick.
The e-cigarette. That was classic.
Yeah.
But other than that, all the other ones are just... I think the most petty is Dorit and Kyle. Because Kyle argues more or gets sad about the friend. Because she's been going back and forth with Vanderpump for a good 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's always like, oh, are you my friend? Or are you not my friend? I feel fucked over. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, as B and I have said before, if you feel like you need an apology, then the apology really isn't worth anything.
Right.
If you wind up getting it, then fine. But if you're like, I feel like you should apologize for walking out on dinner on us. First of all, why do you feel like you need an apology for that?
Right. I mean, did she leave you with the bill?
I don't know.
That's the only way I would be like.
I mean, they rich. They probably already talked about who gets the next bill anyway.
Right. I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I don't.
But then the reason why Lisa even walked out of the dinner was kind of petty, too. Yeah. Because they didn't talk more about her. Yes, they were late. However, you ultimately left because you felt like they weren't talking about you and your victory with your lawsuit getting dismissed. Yeah. Dorit just needs to... I feel like out of all of them, she needs to go first.
Yeah. I used to just really watch these shows and just be enjoyed. Now I'm like, I don't... Y'all are making me lose brain cells. And
yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I do enjoy seeing Lisa's closet.
Yeah, that's always
good. Reminisce about the times we've gone to SIR.
Right.
When we see Vanderpump Rules or whatever. But ultimately, like, their actual discussions are starting to get very, 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 very draining. Yeah. Except for Erica. And do you recall Elisa Rinna ever having, like, a super what the fuck petty moment?
I guess when she out of the blue had asked Dorit, was people doing coke in the bathroom?
Were you people doing coke in the bathroom?
Like, wait,
just
what
the fuck?
What?
And she's like, I just have to ask.
Right, like, what?
Everybody left at one time. I just wanted to know.
I guess she's been to enough Hollywood parties to know, like, wait.
She's like, I've been in this game too long.
I know what
when people leave at one time and go to the bathroom, something going on.
Right. Something's going up your nose.
I mean, nothing different than Brandy.
Yeah.
She did worse.
Yeah.
It said worse.
But Brandy was actually telling the truth that one time. She was like, you're drunk and you're on drugs. And they were like, how dare you say that? At the end of the season. I have a drinking problem and I abuse. Yeah. So, I mean, and they was like, so when all these people were saying you were an alcoholic, they were right. Well, that's not the point. That is the point.
But you know what? I feel like, because wasn't the whole argument between Kim and Kyle even before Brandy was a part of the picture? Mm-hmm. And she was like, a second, you're an alcoholic.
You're a drunk. Yeah. In the backseat of the limo.
And that's one of the, I guess, better seasons.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much petty. It really was about, things going on with the family, things that were going on outside of, you're not my friend, or you're using the wrong glass.
I feel like all of them kind of started a little bit like that. Like, oh, this is, with its few moments of petty. Now it's like reverse.
They have too many people who are okay with the petty.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And that's kind of, that's what I like Teddy. Teddy and Erica are in the same category for me.
Yeah.
Teddy can give two fucks. She has a nice house at the beach, and Dorit tried to talk shit, talk about it was small.
Oh, okay.
The bitch paid over $1 million for it.
Yeah.
And that's her second house.
Yeah.
And you still want to talk shit about it? It's just, I guess they lose touch of what real reality is. You guys are like that 1%.
Yeah.
And
does Dorit work for her money, or does she just marry someone rich?
She did marry someone rich, but as far as I know, she has done stuff where she made money.
Okay.
She had like a swimsuit line that was really doing well, but when she married PK wanted her to stop. So that's what she's trying to start again is to raise kids ultimately. Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I would never ever be with a man who tells me that I have to stop doing something that I was doing before I married him.
I would. The Price is Right. I would.
Well, the price is one thing to say you don't have to.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to say you have to stop.
Well, what am I stopping to start? You have to stop working. If it's 9 to 5, fuck yeah.
Yeah. For me, I don't. I've been in things in the past where I don't take too kindly of men telling what I have to do.
Well, for her to do it, that means she obviously, to some degree, wanted to. Or even if she didn't want to, she knew the financial gain of obliging what he wanted outweighed what her desire. So,
but obviously she didn't want to because now she's trying to start it up again.
Yeah. But I mean, she probably had a good time spending his money, raising his kids. And now she's like, all right, well, let me get back to that.
Yeah, you give me an option, then fine. But you're not going to tell me what to do. I can't, no. That's just my personal opinion.
I mean, did he say, like, in order for us to get married, you have to stop? Or did he say,
no, this is after they were married.
When? Oh, so after they got married, he was like, hey, I want you to just
She said that he wanted her to focus on being a mother.
Okay. So did that mean that he was like, stop or else I'm gone? Or was it like, hey, I want you to do this? And she was like, that's not a bad idea. All right.
She didn't give much details. What I'm saying is that if it was presented as to you have to stop and she didn't have a choice, I don't know if there was an ultimatum done or not. This is coming out of her mouth. It wasn't a discussion between her and PK. If there was a situation to where it was like, you have to stop, kind of like a Cordell in Portia's situation, like, you're not going to have a nanny, you're going to do it this way. I'm not about that life. I need to be able to have a choice in what I want to do. So, if she wants to, I'd rather just focus on the kids and I can let that go, then fine. That's what she wanted to do.
Right.
But if it's a sense where, like, I don't want you working until you have to do one or the other, that's full of shit.
Right.
There is no such thing as one or the other, in my book. If I had a choice not to work, do I want to work? Probably not. But it's still my decision to not work. But, I don't know. Do you know she got this, for PK's birthday, she had this 3D little ceramic sculpture made with her and her 2 kids. It cost $1,500, and as soon as they took it out the box, they got dropped and broken. And it was like, oh, snap, oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, $1,500. Oh, my God, my heart.
Right.
$1,500 could pay off one of my student loans from one quarter. Anyhow. That's pretty much all that I've gathered from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I know an episode comes on today. Well, tonight. And just more bullshit between Kyle and Dorit and Vanderpump.
Yeah, I'd rather tune into This Is Us.
I want to see that. But from the beginning. And I don't have... ABC app and stuff is full of shit. They don't show, like, past stuff. Oh. And I don't think it's on Netflix.
No, it's not.
Shit. I might have to get somebody's login.
You're missing out, man.
I know. I heard about it. I've heard a lot about it since it started, so.
Or just something else. Like, I don't know. I think that's it. The past 2 years, I've gotten a lot more into scripted television,
Sitcoms.
actually good stuff.
Yeah.
So the less, like, I used to have about a good 12, 13 reality shows that I watched faithfully. Now
Really?
it's maybe 3. And I feel like probably in the next 2 years it's going to be, I don't watch that at all. Well, maybe Little Women Atlanta. I like them. But
speaking of them, let's go on to that.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're all cut up, so maybe you can
I'm
write
not.
this. No?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay, so last
I didn't see this last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Or I saw clips of it. Either I didn't see this last episode and saw clips of the one before. But what I saw clips of was, not Amanda. Yes, Amanda. She got engaged to her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And Andrea got an attitude with Minnie because Minnie... I think she was jealous because Jordan had asked her to pick out the ring instead of asking Andrea. Mm-hmm. But she basically was like, well, you went with Moreland to pick out Minnie's ring and she got a good ring. Why you pick out this ugly-ass ring for my sister?
That was the last one I saw.
Yeah, and it was like... I mean, but that's not really your place, like...
And then she offended her sister because her sister's like, but I like my ring.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. You still could... And she's like, she doesn't even hear what her sister's saying. She's so focused on trying to, shade and talk shit that she doesn't realize that what she's saying is offending her sister. And she kept going.
Yeah.
And those two, it's like when they start, they don't know how to stop. And they're very immature in the sense that they're more focused on having an attitude and get you straight, and they're not really listening to what somebody is saying.
Yeah.
Same thing what happened with Money, and she was trying to, explain to them how she, even though she's not a twin, she has a strong bond with her brother because her mom now. She's like, ain't nobody talking about your motherfucking mama. Her mom's dead.
And that's when I would have been like, well, people will be talking about my foot up your ass. And
she's like, you know what? And Money did really good because she usually is a high head.
Right.
And she's like, you know what? I'm going to back away. And then they come later and she's crying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean whatever their cry is.
Yeah.
And same thing with this one. And now she's telling Minnie, now she's bringing other stuff. She's saying, Minnie, you're my daughter's godmom. You don't even come to see her. I should never think she as a godmom.
You don't even press your kid's daddy. So therefore, how dare you go and press the next person about what they do for your kid? Like, but didn't your baby daddy walk out on you and all y'all kids like 2-3 times? Like, so if you ain't holding him accountable, then don't hold me accountable for however many times I visit. I'm a godmom, not a mom. There's a difference.
But then I saw this picture of a story on Facebook the other day. I'm not sure if it was real or whatever. But pretty much it was a story saying that this woman was dying and her kid's godmom was there in the hospital or whatever visiting her. She said, I'm so glad that my kids are going to be taken care of. And they put the little story up there like, I didn't say I was going to take nobody's kids. I don't like kids.
That's why you got to know what you signed.
She was like, I feel bad because she's dying, but I don't want to take care of nobody's kids.
That's
and
why
I was like,
that you have to know when you it's not just a cute title to say.
No.
Like, you have to know, like, this is what it means. Like,
there's a purpose of a godparent. It's not just to say, oh, this is my baby godmom or godfather or whatever. It's way, way, way more than that.
That's when you like, I'll just be play auntie.
Right. It's ultimately...
That's not funny at all. Because I guess maybe when she asks, like, will you be... maybe, especially these days, I guess, maybe a conversation needs to be had. Like, so, this is what this means. Do you accept?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I did not want to give anyone the title of godparent to my son.
Makes sense.
My son was born, he had no godparents. But after a while, I named my dear, dear friend Nadine godmother. And it wasn't because she was going to buy him clothes or spend time with him. Like, that's not the point of what a godparent is. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I knew if I'm gone tomorrow that she would do everything she would take my son in and treat him like her own.
Right.
And that's ultimately what it did, what it was for me.
Yeah.
And then when we got really close and how you were with my son, that's why I was like, well, I wanted to make you honorary because you have physically and tangibly done so much for my son. And I'm just like, I know my son would be okay with you at all times. Yeah. And then, God forbid, I am gone. You were trying to make the effort to at least be around and still be present. And, you know, that's ultimately what godparents are for.
Yeah, you got to really think about that. They're going to be
raised the way you will want your kids to be raised.
Right.
It's not about buying clothes. It's not about spending vacation away so you can have a break. It's not about any of that shit. So you guys need to think about the people you're trying to say are godparents of your children and what that means if you die.
Yeah.
So my son's godmother and honorary godmother, I know between the two of them, my son's going to be okay no matter what. And that's ultimately what it is. You know, of course there'd be other things we probably have to talk about, but still, I know that, okay, if I'm gone, then there's like a me 1 and 2.
Right.
You know, about, you know, Ebony wouldn't want this. Fumi wouldn't want this, you know. So, yeah. But I just felt like it was so low of her.
Yeah.
To bring up her godmotherhood into question.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't even seen her, like, just like you said, bitch, her own father left her multiple times.
With multiple babies. To go to Texas to probably be with his side
some other chick, which he really was with. I'm like 90% sure. And I just thought it was foul, just nasty, stank, just, I don't know. And I'm surprised that these two have a man.
Yeah.
But that was the last episode that I saw. And even when her sister explained to her, like, Jordan asked her because he felt like you would have told something. Yeah. You know, he just wanted to protect the secret. Right. And she still was like, she still should have told me.
He
almost chewed her head off when she told, what was her name? Steph?
Yeah.
He almost chewed her head off when he found out that she knew. Yeah. And he was like, don't tell nobody else. Yeah. Because I don't want any hiccups in my surprise. Yeah. So, yeah, that was the last episode that I saw.
Yeah. It's like, you can't go on this tangent. I mean, I understand she wants to be number one in certain aspects of her sister's life, but you can't go on these tangents and always like, Amanda needs to butt out of my business. Amanda needs to blah, 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 and do this and do that. And then the minute something does happen with Amanda and you are not the first person called, well, I'm her twin, so I should be there. Like, no, you can't do that when it applies, when it works in your favor and when it doesn't work in your favor. But, yeah, they're very immature and
really, really, really bad. Yeah, so now she's offended her sister, and they have too much of a codependency for me, especially for being in such committed relationships. Yeah. I feel like, even, it doesn't matter if they're twins or not, I feel like their codependency is a little bit too strong. Mm-hmm. And it's just going to continue. They're not going to change, obviously. I feel kind of sad for, Minnie having, like, her congestive heart failure issues.
Yeah.
Because she's so young.
Yeah.
And hopefully she will really turn her health around. And I know it's hard for her because she probably has genetic things that we probably don't even know about.
Yeah.
And she's a little person. So things are going to be a little bit more risky and harder to maintain or control when you're a little person, because it's just how your genetic makeup is. So hopefully she can really get it together, and I don't think surgery is an option for her right now.
Yeah.
To get liposuction and stuff, because we don't know how it's going to handle with her heart.
Yeah.
But then I used to tell, like, my sister when she was younger, like, don't be so quick to talk shit about people, even if it's like weight or they don't have a lot of friends, or because ultimately you really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And Abira kept bringing up her weight and stuff, and she had to sit Abira aside. Like, I just found out that I had congestive heart failure, and it's one of the reasons why it was actually really hard for me to lose weight, because I retain water weight because of my heart problems.
Yeah.
And then ultimately you feel like shit because you don't want to wish bad health or death or anything on anyone unless you're really evil.
Yeah.
But ultimately you don't want to be that kind of person. So when it comes to people's appearance or weight or even their situation, maybe they're living at home with their mom or whatever, you probably don't know that they live at home with their mom because their mom's dying.
Yeah.
So once you know all the facts, then it's like, okay, well, I don't know. I kind of do that on my own. I like to, like, know what's going on and ask questions about certain things, because I don't like being the asshole in the end. Like, I don't like feeling stupid in the end. So I'm really patient and observant when things go on. But if I know that you're at your mom's house because you're a bum, then I'm going to tell you about yourself. Just like I said last week. But some things are deserved to talk about, but that was one of the, like, examples. Situation that happened where I'm like, that's kind of how I, like, thought about certain stuff in the past as I was growing up. But yeah, I don't know. I forgot the clips for the next episode. I know Tanya and which one's the one she with now? Not Nico. Vaughn. They talked about getting married and marriage and all that ever since the engagement that happened in Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh, so I found out that I completely had the Tanya, Vaughn, Nico situation all wrong.
Really?
Tanya's first kid is not Vaughn's, it's Nico's. So Tanya was in a relationship with Vaughn while cheating with Nico.
Yes.
Had Nico's baby while she was still with Vaughn, and then later went and had Vaughn's baby.
And then she went back to Nico.
Yes.
That was my understanding.
I thought that her first kid was with Vaughn, and then she was cheating with Nico, and that's how the second one came. I was like, oh, wait, that's just...
Yeah, it's Nico Von Nico, right?
Yes. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because the baby is not even his.
Yeah.
And you know what? That says a lot about these men. Because I guess it's a role reversal in how I always say, like, men are going to do whatever you allow
them.
Women are going to do whatever you allow to men.
Yep.
Don't think it is gender specific.
Right.
And the fact that she's with and talking about marriage with the same person she cheated on
and had a baby
on, and it's just a clusterfuck of messy bullshit. Yeah. And then go back and forth. And the fact that she's like, well, I need a man who's going to help me with all these kids. And Vaughn was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And now you want to marry her?
Yeah.
What kind of... That's, to me, for me personally, that just sounds like a man with no balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Nico was like, know what? I was going to say he has balls, but he don't either. Because he had professed his love, that he was still in love with her. When they got in that argument. Because he made little person jokes. Trying to shade Stephanie.
Yeah, I remember that.
And... Is that her name?
Sam? Yeah.
Okay, I just use an S. Sam.
Yeah.
I'm going to call her S. And it's like, you are that low when your own children are little that you're like, get your little friend. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it is at the same time.
Right. Because
Like,
it's such a basic statement, but it's like,
it's kind of like your mama in a sense.
Right.
Like, that's all you can come up with? Really?
Right.
Get your little friend. But, Tanya wouldn't speak to him. So he surprised her at the house. And he was like, you know why I do this? Because I'm still in love with you. It was like, is her vagina that bomb?
Maybe.
It has to be. For these men to be going back and forth.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe she has the golden vagina of Little Women. I don't know. But it's just weird. That whole situation is weird and messy and just ratchet to the core.
Mm-hmm.
And her being this, health, growing your own vegetables
Those
or
be
a
the main
person
ones.
don't mean shit to me. That means nothing. Like, oh, you can make your own baby food by steaming carrots.
Yeah.
Who give a shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, messy ass. And I just don't like her overall attitude is just like, she's better than everyone else. They told her not to bring your kid. Like, it's an adult-only trip. And she's like, I'm still bringing my kid. It's like, well, I want to come, but we don't want kids. Well, I'm breastfeeding. Like, okay, well, you can do that at home.
Right. You can just not come.
You don't have to come. I mean, that's kind of one of the sacrifices you make as a parent. You can't do everything that you want to do. And I wouldn't want to go camping with a newborn anyway. What the fuck?
Why would you? Okay.
Like, what is the purpose of going camping with a newborn? In an RV?
Yeah. Wow.
Are you that lonely to where you need to be with a group of people? I thought Vaughn was enough.
Right. But you were just saying you didn't want your kid around them because of the negative energy.
And then later on, you still bring your kid around the negative energy. So that was you're just using the excuse of negative energy because you didn't want anybody around your kid.
Right. Now you want to bring the little fucker around on a trip to impose on people and keep people up.
Just like a non-parent. That little fucker.
No disrespect to the baby. I'm sure the baby's a sweetheart. But the principal is that.
I mean,
I don't want you around my kid because you guys and your vibes. Okay, so now we're going on an adult-only trip. Well, now you can be around the baby. Like, this baby who's probably not even, like, can stay asleep throughout the night. Like...
Ooh. That growl.
Because I can just imagine, like, at 1 o'clock in the morning, like, wah! Like, bitch.
The equivalent of being on a plane with the baby.
Oh,
And it's like, but at least on a plane, it's like, it's not necessarily kid-free.
Yeah.
But you just, when you see an adult walk on the plane with their baby, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I personally refuse to be on a plane with my son at a very young age. The first time I took him on a plane for myself, I mean, his dad took him younger, but I took him at 4. I wanted him to be able to walk on his own.
Yeah.
I wanted him to let me know he has to pee. I needed him to be able to eat snacks and be distracted by movies. And then, eventually fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for me. It wasn't for everybody else on the plane. It was for
Right.
So I didn't want to deal with this. Came out and dealing with strollers and car seats and all that. I mean,
right.
That was just me personally. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna wait.
I called a baby a fucker on the air. People's gonna think I'm so evil, but I'm really not.
She's not, because she wouldn't be honorary godmama to my child. So she's not really like that. But you know, if I wasn't a parent, I would probably be saying the same thing. So shit, I probably would say during.
But then it's like in camping, like
it's like the worst trip you can take your kid on. You
right.
can't even like. There's bugs and nature and just all kind of weird ass shit. And I guess she thought she can have a family trip with her and Vaughn. That little pushover. So
you combine a couple's family vacation with a girl's trip.
Then there's other people who have kids who probably wanted to bring their kids and they didn't. And then your ass come up here and bring it. Like, well, I didn't know it was going to make you upset. Like, bitch, everyone told you ahead of time. This is an adult-only trip. You should have been automatically like, well, I can't go. I get invited to trips now. Like, oh, I'm about to go to Cancun. Girl, you know I can't go. I can't. Like, that's just, it's a sacrifice. It's not that much of a sacrifice because half the time I don't even feel like going.
Right.
Because of the people that's invited me. Like, we're friends. We're acquaintances. We're not acquaintances before I'll go on a trip with you.
Yeah.
No. But we'll see what... Wait, what? Juicy said something that cracked me the fuck up.
As always.
Because she talking about how the baby was being sprinkled.
Yeah.
And then later on, she brought up something else where she was talking about the baby, something. And I'm like, wait, last episode you said it was sprinkled.
Yeah, leave it to her for a good shady comment.
Yeah. But then she talked to, Tanya wound up talking to Juicy because Juicy has been married before.
Yeah.
And she wanted to talk to Juicy about what's marriage like. And I'm thinking, if you just got mad because this woman said your baby was sprinkled, why are you trying to get marriage advice from her?
Right.
You're giving the worst person you possibly can an open door to your business.
Yeah.
So ladies, you can be like, well, that's why he didn't want to marry
all her stuff just seems to just float right into Juicy's lap. Nico come finding her, giving her his side of the story.
Because she gonna let it be known.
Right.
She gonna have that truth.
Lord.
That juiciness to it. Let Juicy Fairy spin on it.
Right.
That's messy crazy. Boots. But I live for it. It's always one person that really entertains me in a show. This particular show is Juicy.
Yeah.
Everyone else is kind of meh.
Yeah.
Any other significance? Oh. There was a meltdown by Stassi. On Vanderpump Rules. She went back in her old ways. Oh. Like, this is my birthday. I don't know how many seasons she said that. Yeah. This is my birthday. It's my birthday. She turned 28. And got so upset that she left her own party. Because there was a stripper there doing ass shots with Katie. And she got upset. But this is the same stripper that was twerking her face at his bachelorette weekend in New Orleans. So what's the difference between then and now?
It's her birthday party, I guess.
And then when I saw a clip of the episode from Monday, because I did not see it, and she went in there, I was like, I'm just so sorry. I was just such an asshole. And the girls was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Go ahead and paint your bike. Like,
right.
I don't understand why these women even continue being friends. Between Katie, Kristen, and Stassi.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah. I have nothing good to say about their friendships.
Nothing. There's nothing good about any of their friendships. The one that might be the closest thing to maybe being good is Sheena and Ariana. Yeah. Even though they have like a little rough patch, but it wasn't a bad rough patch. Yeah. Everyone else's friendship is full of shit. Yeah. Every single Jackson, Tom, bullshit. Katie and Stassi, bullshit. Kristen and Stacy, Stassi, bullshit. Mm-hmm. Lala and everyone, bullshit. Because they're not sincere about it. They're just being cordial for the sake of the show and getting checks. Yeah. James and Lala, it's bullshit because James rips her a new one every single time. Yeah. Jackson and everybody else, bullshit. Yeah. So this whole, I don't know if it's just a West Hollywood thing, a white people in West Hollywood thing, or just a Vanderpump Rules thing, but it's just a hot ass mess. Right. Everyone claims that they're friends when they really shouldn't be. There's no way that the person that slept with my boyfriend is the same person that I'm doing bridesmaid stuff with for someone else's wedding that I hate. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is the one condition where it's like, one of the very few where it's like, girl, I'm sorry, but if she in your way, I can't be there. You know what? I'm not even going to give you the choice to choose. I am just going to back away. Yeah. Like, that's the one of the exceptions, but that's just a weird-ass group. So, yeah.
Relationship with Brittany and Stassi bullshit. Yeah. There's no way you guys two need to be best friends.
I would just feel weird. Like, even if I did think you were a cool person, like, wait, why do you want to hang out with me? Like,
like, why do you want to have any significant ties to this ex-girlfriend? I don't understand that. Yeah. That's nothing to do about being jealous or whatever, but you've moved on, or you felt like you moved on. So why do you need to be around anything that's tied to Jax? Yeah. That makes no sense. At all. You wouldn't want Jax to continue talking to your mom behind your back. Right. Or have any connection to your brother or anybody in your family member, so why be a part of her relationship?
Yeah. Like, every time she would even come, like, girl, I can't.
And it's like, I've already been through that shit for like 5 years. Right. I don't want any part of it.
You can't, yeah.
You're a nice girl.
Best of luck.
Best of luck to you. I hope everything works out for you. There's an episode that alludes that she's pregnant. I don't know. I have to see what it is. I hope not, because Jax don't need no kids. Little spawns of Satan. Can you imagine? And then, you know what? If he did, I hope God gives him a girl. But no, she'd probably be tormented. No, never mind. He don't need no kids.
Jesus.
But that whole show is just like... And you know what? I unfortunately don't like Kevin Lee anymore. Yeah. I thought it was really shady what he said to Katie about her gaining weight. Oh. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah. I know he's like fun, loving. No, she type of person, but doesn't matter what part of Hollywood you're a part of. You cannot go up to a woman and say, "You put on pounds. You need to take care of that." Yeah. And especially when you're a man. Yeah. That's just, no. Yeah. That's just crossing the line. And, yeah. It made her feel pretty shitty.
Yeah, that's
pretty... I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows that she's gained weight. Yeah. But ultimately, is she fat?
No. Yeah.
So...
I had saw some article online, and somebody was like, if a man told his wife, like, I will not have sex with you because you've gained X amount of weight and I am no longer attracted to you, is he wrong? And so I went to look at the comments expecting pretty much everybody to be like, fuck yeah, that's wrong. And for some reason, women included, they were like, well, in all honesty, they're like, it's fucked up if he said it that way, But at the end of the day, if you are not sexually attracted to someone, then and I was like, wait, what? And then somebody else in the comments, they were like, what did they say? I should have screenshotted it. Mm-hmm. But it was just really interesting. And then somebody was like, well, I mean, obviously, if it's like a health reason or, you know, she just had kids or something, yeah, that is pretty effed up. But it's like, they were like, well, in a marriage, it's for better or for worse. So they were like, if I think like, okay, I'm married, this was a woman. She was like, if I'm married to my husband and I've noticed like in the past 6 months, my husband has gained like 40 pounds and he don't look the way he used to just because it's like natural. She was like, well, for me, I would talk to him about it, but then I'd be like, hey, let's work out together. Let's, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. But what I got from it was just like, oh, like, I don't know. I guess I thought that would have been something where it's like, fuck no, you don't say that to your spouse. But people was just like, well, you don't say it that way and you don't be rude or disrespectful. But at the end of the day, if you're not happy about something in your marriage, you should be able to say it, or I don't know. I was like, so I don't need to get married.
I would say you just be more cautious of who you possibly might marry.
And then I was just, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to bring up the fact that this last person, I know I had talked about my online dating to y'all before, and I had really took a pause from it because the last person I dealt with just drained me. B knows the story. But one of the issues that he kept bringing up was, I'm a big girl, or whatever the case may be. He knew that.
Yeah.
I do work out. However, he kept bringing it up. And he kept bringing up, well, do you think like sexual attraction to one another is important? Well, I say yes, but ultimately something that I have, I guess, learned or obtained in the past 30 years is that looks are not fucking everything.
Right.
Somebody can be the perfect size, the perfect measurements, the perfect beard, the perfect abs, and treat you like fucking shit. Ultimately, you're not marrying anybody or being with somebody where you're not supposed to be just for the way that they look. And the fact that gaining weight automatically turns you off when things are going to happen.
Right.
People are going to fall off. People are not going to really, go to the gym as much as they wanted to. There might be something more serious, like maybe they're going through a depression, or maybe they just said, you know what, fuck it. I just want to live my life and enjoy this summer or whatever.
Right.
YOLO. I want to do this, and for you to automatically not be sexually attracted because they gained some weight is a problem.
Yeah.
And the fact that he kept bringing it up is something I'm like, you know what? You focus on looks too much.
Right.
Because you're ultimately telling me if I gain any kind of weight and I'm not pregnant, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, no, it's like a health thing. I said, no, it's not a health thing because you keep bringing up what they look like.
Right.
You can be healthy and still gain weight. Do you want to gain weight in I think 40 pounds in 6 months is quite a bit. But ultimately, being healthy doesn't equate to being skinny.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not surprised by the comments that you saw.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of people operate.
Yeah.
I want to have this type of woman, which is portrayed a lot in the media and things of that nature. So it's just...
Yeah. But it was more so even women. They were like, well, no, they're like, well, I don't mind a little weight or whatever, and somebody said well, you can't get mad at me if you gain 50 pounds and I just lose the attraction. Like that, I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. And it just kind of made me think like, wait, are they right or are they wrong? Like what? I don't know. I
don't even think that they're right or wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't really think what goes into a more successful relationship.
Yeah.
I would never try to say that what people are attracted to is wrong.
Right.
But ultimately, if you feel like that gaining weight is not an option, then you're being unrealistic about your relationship. So that's kind of, I guess, more of where I'm coming from. It's just unrealistic.
Yeah.
For a woman to be a size 4 before you guys, or when you guys get married, and then she has a kid and she can't go under a 6, and you're getting pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Then it's like, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you're just not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then, or even men, like, you guys have a kid for the first time, and he's being such a hands-on dad that he's not able to go to the gym or whatever as much as he wanted to. He gains weight, and then you want to say, well, I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that. Just like, it's kind of more of the reason why than the actual thing itself for me. But, yeah, I don't think they're wrong. I don't think it's wrong or right. I just feel like everything is a case-by-case situation more so. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would mind a guy saying, I want us to be healthy together. Yeah. But that has to be your concern. Don't tell me that, you know what, you would look better and like that. That means nothing to me, honestly. Yeah. But that's just me. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's another girl in the world that's my exact measurements, and their main focus is on how they look. Yeah. So, I mean, mine's just how my clothes fit. When I saw shit was not fitting right, I said, well, I don't really got the money to go get more, so we gonna fix this. Yeah. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people have their own reasons of doing things. I am more of, let me try to be more healthy. Yeah. I don't think I look bad, though. Yeah. But yeah, people have their own things. That's fine. You like it, I love it. Right. It's all good. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of the world we live in. It gets worse and worse. Yeah. Even though it should be getting better. No. But anything else you want to talk about?
For that show? Fuck no.
No, I'm just saying in general. Oh. Not for that show.
I don't think so.
I know. I did watch a couple episodes of Atlanta because I was a Real Housewives of Atlanta because I was behind. Yeah. And I was really, really proud of Mama Joyce. Mm-hmm. She, unbeknownst to Candy, had to sit down with Portia. Yeah. And it seemed like out of all the women, she's actually the only one that really wanted to get Portia's side of the story. Right. And I really, really am proud of Mama Joyce for that. Because Mama Joyce gives no fucks. Yeah. And the fact...
Well, Portia didn't come for Candy's money. That's why.
There we go.
Right. She ain't trying to steal her daughter from her, as she says. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Because anytime she's gotten into it with somebody, she felt like money was an issue getting involved. But, I was like, I'm still, proud of her because she's not calling her a bitch or, trying to fight her or throw a shoe at her. Yeah. But, she's, been the only one to really sit Portia like, what happened? Like, why did you believe that that's something Candy would have done? Yeah. And ultimately, that's a good question to ask because you kind of need to understand or try to understand Portia's mindset at the time of Phaedra telling her this. Right. And ultimately, she said, well, we were good friends and she's an attorney. So I kind of just believed her. Yeah. And Mama Joyce had another good point, like, you can be loyal, but don't be loyal to a fault. You still have to have your own mind about information that you're receiving from people. Yeah. And just be careful on who you're loyal to. I said, Mama Joyce, you're doing real good in this episode. Now, I don't know about later on, but... and she just pretty much admitted, like, I just believe whatever she said. And that's something you have to be... She even said that's a serious allegation. Well, if you know if it's a serious allegation, then you have to be slow to bring that up. Yeah. And spread it to everybody. Right. If you want to sit down, off camera, then cool, with just the two of y'all. But you fucked up when you tried to bring it as tea during an argument. Right. And make this whole thing. And then later on say, oh, it was a pretty big allegation. Yeah. So, I still don't agree with her inviting her to this magazine release party and not speaking to her. It just doesn't make any kind of sense. There's no point. She already sees that you're doing good on social media. Right. Why does she need to be there? Doesn't just make any kind of sense. And Cynthia pulled a Luann in the sense that they told her about what's going on with Will. Yeah. She's like, well, if y'all know anything about my man, you let me know. And Portia's like, oh, you want to know? She's like, you know something too? And she told her, very next time they get together in Barcelona, she was pretty much told her, I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Oh, well, okay. When you literally just told the girls in the group, if y'all have anything to tell me, tell me. Yeah. So that's what I meant by she pulled a Luann, because she did. That's the thing that happened to Bethany. Bethany told her, she accepted it, waited a day or two, and was like, pretty much, fuck you for telling me anything. I don't believe you. So I don't know. There's smoke, there's fire. That's what usually happens on these shows. And the fact that he was stumbling and was like, well, I didn't have a girlfriend. Like, but you introduced her as somebody you were dating. Were you not dating her? Yeah. He was like, I was dating at the time. See, okay, that's enough. You lied. Right. Or just try to lie by omission. Really. Yeah. And she asked him, how long you been single? 2.5 years. This is why I say you have to be more specific in your questioning when dating. Because in their mind, they're single. Yeah. But if you're really trying to figure out, like, well, are you dating? Mm-hmm. Then you'll get a completely different answer. Yeah. If she would have asked him, have you been dating and, been in a more monogamous situation with someone, especially public where Eva knows out of nowhere. Yeah. Then you probably would have got the answer a little bit ahead of time. Yeah. As opposed to somebody you just met is telling your business about your man. Mm-hmm. From 2 months prior. So I don't know. I don't know. She's kind of grown, though. She's 51 now. I feel like she should know that now. Yeah. I just feel like 2 things. A, don't ask questions to answer to questions you don't want the answers to. And B, women, just stop telling other women about stuff with a man. Because at the end of the day, 98% of the time, they're either going to just continue to date that person and then look at you with the side eye as if you've done something wrong, or do exactly what she did to Portia. Like, oh my God, what do you know? Well, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Like, no. True. I don't think, I have to be honest, because I've said it before. I don't think I ever want to be the person to tell someone, like, your man's cheating or your man. No. I know in college we had people that we were friends with, and one person was doing the cheating, and somebody went to tell that person, and that person got mad at the other person. Like, just for telling. People don't want to know. People don't want to know. I stand by that. I believe it.
And you will get shot 9 times out of 10 just for being the innocent messenger.
And I've had a situation where I know 2 friends aren't speaking because it was presented to the friend number 2 that her boyfriend was cheating, and eventually she started talking to friend number 1 because she felt like it was a whole bunch of bullshit. And these are supposed to be like really, really, really good friends. And the fact that she got nasty about it, they don't speak anymore. So I would say I will keep my head out my business. It's not my business. Yeah. But it depends. I have like 1 or 2 people where I just feel compelled to tell. Yeah. Only because I know the shit that they have gone through, and I kind of want to help prevent that. Right. But at the same time, I know if I said it, I wouldn't get attacked. Yeah. And that's only like 1 or 2 people, honestly. Yeah. Most of the time, I put my sunglasses on, I get my popcorn, and just stay far away. Mm-hmm. But then again, you can't tell me you knew either. Because then you'll get your head ripped off too. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, I don't know. I feel like if I knew I was going to get my head ripped off either way by not telling them or by telling them, I wouldn't. They're not really a good friend of mine.
I would just end the friendship before any of it came out. And then when it comes out, so you knew, well, that's why I just stopped being friends with you, so I wouldn't be obligated to have to tell you the secret. But now that you know, let's go get lunch.
I know that's I'm gonna go back to saying it depends on the person.
Even that. Because then it's like, well, then how deep is the relationship? Because then once it's marriage, and then y'all got kids, and then you probably might start looking at me like, well, you're the reason my marriage is over. Like, well, I was just trying to help, and
that's what I mean by it depends on the person. Now, if you know that there's a smallest inkling that would happen, they're not really the best of friends, honestly. Period.
And then it's like, and once I tell you, and then your husband knows I told you, now there's even more bigger tension. Because now your husband's looking at me like, well, I don't want her in this house. And then you might be like, well, you can't come in this. And it's like, what? Bitch, we've been friends for 25 years. Or, I don't want her, like,
that's what I'm saying. It's still, y'all was never really that good of friends to begin with.
Yeah.
It's not what you thought it was, at least. Yeah. Because
even if you tell me, and it's like, I get it, and then we still friends. Mm-hmm. And then now, it's an issue of me. I would understand my friends not. Crazily, the only way I would really be like, okay, my friends can tell me some shit is if my husband's sleeping with another man, or they're sleeping with like a mutual friend or something that we know,
or if he has a baby by other woman, too.
I mean,
some secret baby.
Because half the time, and I can even say this for me because I'm not perfect. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you know what it is, and this is what I really think it is. Mm-hmm. A woman might suspect, but she might not want nobody else to know. So now by you coming to her, telling her, like, so I know your husband's cheating. Now it's like, so now you know a secret that I wouldn't have even wanted to tell you. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of times where I think, where it's like, then it becomes a sticky situation because it's like, well, great. Had I would have found out he was cheating, then this could have just been something that we could have handled in the privacy of our home. But nope, now one of my closest people to me knows now, or a family member, or if, it's 4 of us as friends, now all 4, like, that's really, I think, the root of where it's like, now you mad at somebody for being the messenger. The fact that it's not a secret that you can no longer keep to yourself. It's the fact that now everybody else knows. Just my opinion. Not saying it's right or it's wrong, but
it's something that everybody else knows because he was messy.
That's true.
I keep saying with it depends on the person.
Yeah. You have permission to not tell me.
Okay.
No, I'm just, because, you could be like, you could tell me anything. But the time or where I'm at in life and you tell me, I'm not going to say I'm going to not be your friend. But it might just be where it's like you know what, I need some space. And you're like, I didn't do shit. And it's like, I know you didn't do shit, but I'm just really in my feelings about this situation. Mm-hmm. It's one. Yeah.
But duly noted, I have now put it in my brain bank that I have permission not to tell you anything. But at the same time, if you told me you needed space, I will grant that to you.
Right. It's just,
because then
I don't ever want nobody to be the messenger.
No, I would never want to be the messenger about that bullshit.
Because I don't want to be the messenger.
I would never, ever want to be the messenger of that shit.
I saw nothing. I mean, it looked like it could have been him over there, but I'm not even going to look to double check. I'm just going to leave. Like, I don't, oh,
because I remember what Evelyn was telling Chad, like, if you're going to do something, at least wear a condom.
Yeah, wrong words to say, Evelyn.
And
he listens.
He's
a good listener.
Because they got in that fight because she found fucking condoms.
He's a listener.
Oh my God, he listened to you. Okay, let me not talk about that.
Yeah.
But she definitely said it in the worst way possible.
Yeah, and then he said it on TV.
Then for everybody to hear, you can try to retract your statement as much as you can, but it doesn't really work. I'm bringing that up because I'm naive if I say that the man I'm going to marry will never cheat on me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't put anything past anyone. Yeah. I don't know. What I don't want is to fucking find out.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right.
Whether it's I find out or somebody who knows of me tells me.
Right.
Especially that messy bullshit. If I get a Facebook post and it's a picture like, here your man with somebody, then I'm going to be mad because not only did you cheat on me, you were being stupid about it.
Right. With flash photography. Yeah. And you think, sorry. I think another reason why is because on this show, you never fully know. It's like people is happy to just let the bag out that they know some gossip or they know some tea. People are happy to be like, well, I know your husband's cheating on you. Well, I know that you this and that. Like, people are very happy. So even when you get like rare cases where Bethany is like, I found something, I know it's going to hurt your feelings, but this is what it is. I feel like...
And she was heartbroken. She didn't want to tell her.
Not even an excuse for Luann because the way she reacted, but I feel like for some of them on these reality shows, they're just so like on the defense of people just coming at them with rumors or what they think they know because they don't even know if that person is saying it out of like, I have your back, or are you just saying it so, it's something we could talk about on the show?
Most of them, it was just we want to talk about it on the show.
Because, I mean, even, like when Portia had brought up, I think a few reunions ago, like, that's why Peter be at bar one, whatever. And it's like, it might be true.
Right.
It really might have been true. But it's like when it comes to people's marriages and stuff like that, in reality, like, there's a certain level of tact that you have that even if you know that type of information that you're even going to present. And I think on these shows, it's just like, well, I know your baby daddy is messing around with somebody else. I know that your husband's cheating on you. I know your wife is like, it's so like messy to where it's like, you kind of just be like, well, I don't even know, like, do I believe this person? Or even if you do believe it, it's like, I don't even want to give you the satisfaction of you feeling like your rumors just broke up my relationship. Just like the whole Tom and Ariana and Kristen thing, like 3 seasons ago with the girl from Miami that she flew out to be like, he cheated on you with. It's like, even if I felt like he could have cheated on me, we will address that off camera, but I'm not even about to give Kristen's crazy ass the benefit of thinking, I broke them up. So now I'm going to stay with his cheating ass for an extra year. Like, it's not saying it's justified, but I think reality shows it takes everything that's good and just makes it bad.
But that definitely happens in regular life.
Yeah.
It really, really does. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
So, it's just on camera, some of it is like, embellished.
Yeah.
Or made grand just because they want to have ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
But ultimately, everything that does happen in reality TV does happen in real life. Just not on such a large platform. But when it's done on reality TV about somebody possibly cheating, it's never done out of a sincere place.
Yeah.
The only time it's sincere is if y'all recording, but they tell you off camera.
Yeah.
And that's the only time it's possibly sincere. If it's done on camera, it's not sincere.
Yeah.
So I understand Bethany could have been the most sincere of telling someone on camera.
Right.
But most of the sincerity was taken out of it because she talked to everyone else about it before she even told Luann.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, well, you told her as a friend, but then she found out you talked to everybody else beforehand. Yeah. So then it just turns into gossip.
Yeah.
So when it's said on camera, it's not sincere. It's not 100% sincere. Not saying it's zero, but
it's a lot less.
It's a lot, significantly less.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to be like, you know what? Fuck this. This is not for y'all and y'all entertainment. This is somebody's life and their livelihood.
Yeah.
I will tell them in private.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but I mean, the whole thing about if you want to tell someone or not, for me, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And it depends on what level of what I found out.
Yeah.
Now, if I see my friend's husband walking in the mall with another woman, and maybe they're a little bit too close, I ain't saying shit. Like, I don't know any type of I like facts. If I'm gonna come with you, I'm gonna come with you with the real bullshit.
Right.
That Todd set up for. Just kidding.
Right.
But I'm really gonna, if I'm gonna come, it's because it's serious.
Yeah.
It's very, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
But you really don't even know if it's that serious unless you really get off in it. And I don't think I want to do that. So it really, really depends. Now, if I find out, if I have a friend and they've been telling me about this man and how, he gave her chlamydia and, got her pregnant and left, and then I found out the missing man is your husband, I have to tell, right. Because I know all of those facts are true. And it's been so nasty and so remember when you told me your husband didn't really want to have sex for 3 months?
Oh, Jesus.
Because this is involving the health of your vagina. I have to tell you.
Yeah.
So I just found out that I have this friend who was messing around with this married man. Yeah. And I found out it was Rick. That's one of the... But then it's you. If it was somebody else I kind of talked to maybe once or twice a year, I probably ain't gonna say shit.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's such and such man. Damn. I hope, everything works out for them.
Right.
But yeah. So it depends on who, what, when, where, why. A lot of factors go into it. Not saying that I would never tell anyone. Yeah. But I'm not saying I'm running to tell them because it's like I said.
I'm leaving an anonymous note in a manila envelope.
That's a good idea.
Delivered to you. And it will be detailed with as much as I know.
You can't handwrite it though because I know you're writing.
I'd be too lazy to. Yeah. And that, yeah. I would probably do it that way. And now that this podcast's out, some people might be like, well,
pull
a Jersey Shore.
Yes. Mm-hmm. JWoww.
Yep.
So
and you see, perfect fucking situation. And who the fuck ended up in the drama? Not Ronnie's ass. She got mad at the messengers. Yes, she's a dumbass, but
At least they were anonymous. She just tried to figure out who it was.
Right. Then she got mad because they wrote the note and was like, even when they were friends again, they had did like their Jersey Shore reunion. And Snooki and JWoww was like, yeah, till this day, she was still like, you guys are wrong for butting in my business. Like, bitches don't be wanting to know.
No. They
just want to heavily suspect and ask questions and cry. That's my theory.
Yeah.
I was like, see, good dick make you do dumb shit.
Sometimes it's not even good.
Yeah,
dick.
like
sometimes it's not even good dick. So
yeah, yeah, dang, I forgot all about that. She sure did. And even the guys in the house was like, wait, so you're just neglecting the fact that Ronnie did cheat and it's confirmed just to be mad at JWoww. And even Ron said in the confessional, like, she should really be yelling at me, but I'm not going to say nothing, I'm just going to see.
But then again, that's an example of it depends on who it is.
Right.
They already know that Sam is not going to go anywhere.
Right.
So there was no point of wasting their time.
Right, and it's not even the going anywhere. It's you turning on me to now make me the bad guy just for being the messenger.
Yeah, it was the whole thing shouldn't have been done anyway. It's like,
right, like
so
what?
Ron put his face in between the waitress's breasts.
So who wrote the note?
She narrowed it down very quick. And then that was the worst because it was like a house of just a couple of people.
Right.
None of the men were going to do it. So it just kind of leaves the girls and then that's it. So it was just the worst situation.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's a hard one.
It is.
I remember watching that Tyler Perry movie, Why Did I Get Married? And I was like, wait, so all y'all know, but ain't none of y'all gonna tell her? Okay, all right.
I mean, would you really get mad if everyone knew but no one told you?
Shit, see, you know what? But she didn't even get mad at them. I think she was just like, I knew my marriage was so fucked up.
But if it's one of you, this is you married and you knew that one of your good friends knew for the past 2 years that your husband was cheating on you and had a second family, would you get mad that they knew and didn't tell you? Even though you don't want them to tell you.
I would. You know, it's not even that I don't want... And I guess this is the part that's kind of out of my control. It's not that I don't want to know. I would just want to know that your intentions of telling me is good.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And then by time you've told me, like, my friend Mink, if she was to find out, I can accept the fact that she's more than likely probably going to talk to Amber, just be like, how the fuck do I break this to her? I can be okay with that. Mm-hmm. But if it's like, okay, Mink found out, but she told like 7 other people, and then it's like, girl, so I think that would be like, wait, what? So I think that's really what it is. It's the whole... So
pretty much intent and sincerity. Yeah. Kind of what we were saying about Bethany's situation. The intent and sincerity wasn't pure, wasn't genuine. It wasn't, you know...
Or it's like, oh, this bitch thinks she got a happy marriage. Guess what I know? Like, you know, or,
kind of, for me, for those of you guys that don't know me, I really believe that almost nearly everything has a gray area.
Yeah.
There's nothing that one particular idea or works for any type of situation. It really is. So I had this guy ask me like, well, what if this, and this? I said, I really have to. It depends.
Yeah.
There's just something like, oh, wouldn't you get mad if your man is dancing with a woman? I'd be like, honestly, no.
I'm not 15 anymore.
Yeah, I was like, he was like, what if he's, booty dance? He was a little bit older guy. Yeah. What if they're like, grinding dancing? I'm like,
I would have to see. Like, if it's just fun, feel like, hey.
If his hands ain't, like, touching nowhere,
exactly.
or she's not, like, bent over in front of him wearing a short-ass dress, or if it's just really,
or
like...
she's putting his hands on her boobs and ass, and, like, everything has a line and a gray area for me. So, it really depends on if you are bold enough to cross a line with me, then it's going to be like, okay, look. I done gave you leeway, and then you still decide to go across that line. That means you have no respect for my line.
Yeah.
But everything is a gray area. I can't really, you know, some people are like, I don't believe in abortions. And then when they get pregnant, they be like,
So that clinic's number.
It turns into a smushmortion.
So you got that clinic's number?
What clinic?
Don't tell nobody.
A smushmortion?
Right. Where are you going?
Fetus deletus.
I was on a Harry Potter ride this weekend and I said it.
You did?
I did.
Oh, I missed it.
Like, fetus deletus.
Fetus deletus.
It was so crazy. I was like, fetus deletus. It was Harry's magical journey or whatever. It's like you're in the
jealous.
room.
I would have yelled it with you. Fetus deletus.
And you have to say it with the accent.
You do. If you say fetus deletus, it's not.
Nothing. No.
You have to say fetus deletus. Oh, I wish it was that simple. Like, I'm pregnant. Fetus deletus. I'm not pregnant anymore.
Like, wait, what?
I don't need that clinic number no more. I found the spell from Harry Potter. I got a smushmortion wand. It's all good.
Oh my God. Men would be buying those left and right.
Right?
I'm pregnant.
Fetus deletus. I want that little fucker.
Right. Now you gotta go.
That's what you call a fucker, huh?
Right.
Anyway, sorry. We have our little insiders. Fetus deletus is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if we could use any type of blank deletus to like get away with all our problems, it'd be like detus deletus.
Mm-hmm. Good old
Fuck
Harry.
boy, deletus.
Ooh, Jesus, that's half the population.
Good. Now I can actually find my man much easier. Oh, trafficus deletus.
Right.
Just something.
She'll be mad when men you just knew a good man disappear. Like, wait, where did Idris Elba go? You said fuck boy. Wait, what?
That would break my fucking
just
heart.
like everybody, like, wait. Where's my dad? It'd be like little shit.
He was a fuckboy. You know
like, what? Like, you asked. You got it.
Fuck, girl, let's delete this. All of them. Delete this, all of them.
Like, crazy.
What else do I want to delete? Fattest deletest. All of that. I'm getting rid of all that shit.
Right.
But, kind of reminds me of that movie with, what was that movie on Will Smith with the ferryman with the orc? Bright. There it goes. When they were like going after that wand, they were like, oh my God, this wand, it just does everything that you need it to be. That will be the wand that I need. The deletus wand.
Yeah.
And you got to fight like hell to get it, but once you got it, it solves all your problems.
Right.
But you just have to have the right spell. Don't be talking about, belly deletus, and then you have no belly. Then you fucked it all up. Like, you have to say fattest
it's like
deletus.
death becomes her.
Yes. It's just this horrible cycle because you're just doing way too much to try to appease this thing. You're not really thinking about what you're trying to do.
That was on an episode of The Twilight Zone. The old one.
The old school one?
Yeah. I love that show.
Which one was it? What was it about?
Where they found a monkey's paw and they were like, you can make wishes. So somebody died and they made a wish for them to come back to life. But they're like, before they died, they basically were reincarnated, but like getting embalmed. So they woke up in pain. And it was like, no, I want him back before he died. And they were like, before the accident, they were like, but he died. Before he was in the accident, something else had killed him. So it was like he came back on. It was crazy.
So they didn't know exactly.
Yeah, like they weren't being specific with their wish.
It's funny because I was watching Black Mirror on Netflix. First of all, that shit is freaky as fuck.
I've heard.
Like, you really, really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
But some of those stories are really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And your story kind of reminds me of this episode where this girl's boyfriend died. And a friend of hers was saying, like, well, if you go on this app, they like go through all his social media, whatever, and then somebody you can like talk to. Yeah. Just so it can be like easier to deal with the pain. But the bitch went too far. The bitch, the fake guy, whatever, wanted to tell like, well, we can, upgrade this. It had like a robot that looked like him or whatever. Because she felt like the conversations were okay. And then she ultimately just regretted it because it wasn't exactly him. Yeah. She was like, get out of my room. He's like, okay. She's like, no, he wouldn't have said that. He would have fought. And he's like, well, okay, I'll argue. Darn you. Like, it was just not. And then she wanted him to, like, jump off the cliff. He was like, okay. He's like, no, he wouldn't have jumped off the cliff. He would have been begging for his life. He said, okay. Well, sorry, I don't want to do this. It was just weird. And so she wound up just keeping him in the basement because she was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant after he died. So that's why she started calling that number because she wanted to feel like he was involved and made him listen to the heartbeat. This bitch said, fuck this. He gonna stay in the attic. So my girl can have a daughter, but I don't want anything to do with him. And I was just like, fuck. But I would recommend Black Mirror to anybody who likes to have an open mindset. Kind of reminds me of Black Swan, where you have to really, really pay attention to have a certain type of open mind to really understand what was going on. Yeah. But it's really good. Freaky as fuck, though, but it's good ultimately. Mm-hmm. And but anyway, I wish I could delete a lot of things. But like you want to be like Nappy Harris, the elitist, and then you have no hair. See, stuff like that. So you got to be careful what you would use for the deletest ones. But anyway, we enjoyed talking today with you guys listening.
Yes, we did.
You can find me on social media and Instagram, Fumi Adagun, Twitter, Fumi Adagun, Snapchat, Ebony A88, and Facebook, Fumi Adagun. What is your social media, B?
Facebook, Roberta Smith, and Instagram, Leave It To Be, and Leave It To Be Living.
Yes, and you can follow our podcast social media as well. Twitter and Instagram, we are RealiTEA_V. Yep. Facebook, we are RealiTEA-V, no _. And you can email us at RealiTEA-V, no _ at gmail.com. And we do have news, but we're still working out the kinks of all of that. Mm-hmm. We're still doing our giveaway to you guys. So when you listen to this podcast episode, you need to run over to Instagram, tag 3 of your friends on the last post, and have them follow us. We're still not going to do this giveaway until we have 350 followers on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And we've been had the gift for weeks. So I know we dropped down a little bit because during the sick run, we weren't really, active too much. But we're getting back to that. Mm-hmm. And we'll give you new news once we work out the kinks and tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be pretty exciting. So you guys have a good week. I'm Fumi.
I'm B.
Bye.
Bye-bye.